Yo guys, it's Rex here, and today we're going to be reviewing the most intense game of Ranked I've ever had in my entire life. I am not kidding. When this game ended, I didn't even want to play anymore. That's how stressed I was. So yeah, let's get right into the review here. Now starting off with the draft, I did leave Kenji open. I think that's the main point to talk about here. I could have banned Kenji, but I left him open, and yeah, they picked him first, of course. I respond with the Draco, and my teammate goes the Otis. They go the Rico and the Amber, and then we have a last pick, Nita. So I think our draft is a lot better here, but of course they have the X Factor, Kenji, so we're gonna see how it goes. Also, another note, the game mode is, or the modifier I should say, is the Infinite Gadgets modifier, which means that I can't just endlessly use my gadgets without the cooldown, of course, the 15-second cooldown. The start was actually pretty good for us, but the Kenji did annihilate me there because I did not want to use my gadget. And I feel like the Draco versus Kenji matchup is really a 50-50. If I don't use my gadget like I didn't do there, the Kenji will destroy me. However, if I do use my gadget, it should be a free win for me every time. The damage is too much for Kenji to deal with, even with the healing from his attacks and the gadget. Now, it's not looking too bad here for us, but they are pushing in. The Amber does have the super. I am in my dragon here just trying to create some space, which I do, but it is going to be a 1-for-1 trade. Now I feel like our comp here is truly a late game comp. If we can get this into overtime, it should work. And what I did notice during the match is that the Otis completely wasted his hypercharge there. He does get the super off, and it does get a kill there. Nita has the hypercharge, which means I'm waiting for a coordination play. There we go. She pops the bear, I pop my super. And we really should have done more here. We do get 2 kills. The Amber does take out the bear there with her gadget, which is pretty annoying. Should have been a score, but it's fine. We're going to take it slow here. Otis is using those gadgets pretty nicely. Kenji comes in there with the super. I do waste the gadget. I did think I was going to die there. However, I do end up living. Rico hypercharge coming out, and yeah, so much skill required to play Rico, guys. Look at that. Annihilates pretty much my entire team. I somehow managed to stay alive. However, yeah, throughout that lag spike, the Kenji somehow managed to get the ball, and it just rolled in. Pretty annoying stuff there. 5 seconds left. I'm gonna try and do anything I can. Try and run in, but yeah, nothing is gonna happen there. Round 1 is gonna end up going to the red team there. Pretty frustrating fashion. I feel like the Draco that I picked to counter the Kenji is just not working here. Alright, hopping into the second round. Trying to make some changes here to my game plan. I definitely want to be a lot more aggressive. And as you can see, I'm already pushing in. Take out the Rico, force the gadget out early. And yeah, this is where Kenji's dangerous, where he can hit more than one person. I do use my gadget, somehow managed to survive it out. Great gadget there for me, but the control is definitely in the hands of the red team here. Otis throwing out a nice gadget there. Pretty much to zone them all out. Amber low, Rico low, but I am nowhere to be seen. Coming out of spawn right now. Get into the super, and I think yeah, it could have been better. I probably should have waited a bit, then popped it. I do get a kill. Trying to get the Amber, but I get burnt down in the process. Nita does have the hypercharge. Probably waiting for the super here. She does get it. If I were her, I would wait. Good thing that she is doing that. Again, maybe a bit too early. If I got my super, we could have done a double push there. However, it's not looking too bad. We are one person down, but we do have the positioning. I'm trying to get my super here. Trying to bait out some of the gadgets if Amber does have any, which, there we go. Now she's going to have to wait another 15 seconds to get it. She does get the fire down, but can't get the burn. That's a great hypercharge super there, actually. I did not notice that during the game. Big kill from the Otis. Rico fires straight down. Does get a hypercharge super. Not looking good here for us. However, again, our team relies on coordination. If we can get a bear down, if we can get the Draco super in at the same time, we should have a pretty easy push. The Kenji's coming in. I do cycle out my super here, trying to Save it for as long as possible so I can get as much value out of it. Rico gonna pop the gadget in that corner, but nothing's gonna come out of it. I do burn him down. I do know that the Kenji is there, so I try to pass him the ball, get him to waste some ammo. Clutch mute there from the Otis. Great stuff. And the Nita does take out the Amber as well. This is not looking too bad. Rico Hypercharge comes in, but pretty much no value. And what I wanted to do was just drag these games to overtime. And it might seem counterintuitive, but Draco is so oppressive in overtime. You just hold down the auto aim and run at them. They're not going to do anything. And you'll see that in this overtime as we approach. Hop into the dragon and just run. Just run at them. What's the Amber going to do? Nothing. I have my gadget here. I'm going to pop it. I try and get as much value as possible before going down. We should be able to secure this round. If we don't do it here, we won't be able to do it at all. Nita does have the hypercharge as well, but yeah, she needs that bear, which I doubt she's gonna get it in this overtime situation. But look at them, they're being corralled into the corner here. I'm going in, just holding down the auto aim. Get one, get two, and all of them are taken down. That's gonna be the second round complete, just like that. It's that easy. With Draco in overtime, all you have to do is just run forward, maybe strafe a little bit so you're not taking all the damage, and just hold auto aim. The increased speed and the shield just allows you to soak up so much damage and dish it out at the same time. Amber here, wasting another gadget nice and early. Kenji is coming through though. I go down instantly. Nita and Otis are one shot. This is not looking good. At this point I don't think I'm very close to my super. Oh no, never mind, I am. I do pop it. I'm pretty much forced to there. I have to do it to get some space for my team. I do get one, but I'm low and I can't really clear the ball there. Nita does go down. Otis is gonna try. He does mute. Does get the kill. But again, like the first game, the Kenji's there just to sneak it in. And I'm like, there's no way we can lose this. I will not let that happen. So I gotta play my best here. I get my super, but I do end up going down. And at this point, I've lost all hope. What can we do here? Otis, with the hypercharged super, could do something. Luckily, he doesn't have to use it here. We spawn in time. He misses. I did not notice that in the game. He missed his super. But luckily, it wasn't enough for them to capitalize and try and score here. The hyper bear comes in as well. That's a great stun. Amber doesn't go down somehow. Not looking good here for the red team, actually. If we can get a good push in, this should be a goal for us. And this is where it starts. I'm in my super, I'm going in, I'm trying to cause as much pressure as possible. The Kenji gets taken down, the Rico pops that no skill gadget, does take me down. That's a great gadget from the Otis to keep the Amber weak, and somehow Nita puts it in the back of the net. 1-1. Next goal takes it all. The team that gets the next one takes it all here. 45 seconds coming in. I have my super. Kenji jumps into the air, gets a lot of value there. Great super again from the Otis. He's missed a lot of hypercharge super, but he's hitting the main ones, which is important as well. I do get hit with the bird. Not ideal, and I do survive it out, just barely there. I was planning on using a gadget, but again, I was so low, so it's not gonna matter. All three of them have control of the bush. Not looking great here, but again, I got my super. Trying to go in here, great gadget pop from me. I do die, but I get the trade. Hypercharge super, great stuff. My teammates are really carrying here, going into this overtime. And you already know what happened in the last overtime. I'm coming in with my super. The Otis is going to throw in a nice gadget there. I just got to time this right. I do pop my super. Going in, Kenji does avoid it a little bit. This is not looking great for us. They did keep their distance really well, guys. One way to counter Draco is just to keep your distance, and they did that right there. So it's not looking good here. Kenji does get taken down, and we've somehow turned it around again on our favor. Now Otis needs to be able to score here. Is he going to do it? He does not. The Amber does catch it right there. Nina does use her super to put the bear down, but that doesn't really matter. I'm going to get the ball. The Rico's going to use the gadget, but it's not enough. Kenji first pick did not end up paying out. 19 and 13 from the Draco here. Counter Kenji using Draco. That's how it's done.